So my head's kind of cut off on the Facebook. Let's see if I can angle that a little bit better. There we go. All right. So, what's it doing? Oh man, I have got to get a better setup. There we go. All right. Okay, guys. Hi. After all the fumbling. Hi, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Hi, Angela. Oh, hello. Hi, Ida. Give everybody a second here to join. I know it's been a really intense time astrologically still. Everybody's a little crazy. Hi, Rebecca. Hello. Hi. So we're going to talk a little bit about changing your mood. So I do this with my class at Full Sail University all of the time because I teach them business and I teach them sales because my background is in business communication and sales and psychology. So I have a lot of background in this. In fact, if you have ever done sales, you know that it's very important to be able to change your mood in an instant and to be able to control your feelings and your moods and your behavior, right? And so I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to give y'all some tips based on a wonderful follower that talked to me today and said, maybe we should talk about changing our moods because, you know, I'm dealing with all this heavy stuff and, right, so many people are, and a lot of stress. So how do you still function and how do you keep your mood up when you have all this stuff going on, right? So I always ask my class, I always say, so, all right, what do you do when you have to go out all day and you have to be friendly and you have to do promotions and sales? What do you do when you're having a really bad day, right? You found out your lover's cheating on you. Somebody in your family had a heart attack, right? There's just horrible stuff going on in life sometimes, crisis, and you have to deal with it, right? I know I've had a lot of crisis in my life. It's just like one after the other, which I was brought in as a light worker, and so you suffer a lot as a light worker, right? So I've had to deal with a whole lot of, okay, found out I'm getting cheated on, time to go to work. Here we go, right? And you got to boost that mood, right? So the way you boost your mood, there's many ways, right? And that's why I always like to ask my class, what do you do? And let's start with the most mundane, right? And then we'll get more spiritual as we go. Well, the first basic way is to work out because it changes your brain chemistry. A lot of people don't realize that. When you work out, when you physically exalt your body, right? When you physically work out your body, you boost the good hormones. They boost up in your brain, and that makes you feel better, right? It actually creates a better mood for you. And getting a little sunlight, going out into the sun, vitamin D, it actually boosts your mood for you. So the best thing to do, what I do every single morning, probably 99% of the time, is I get up in the morning and the first thing I do is I walk out the door and I go for a walk. And as I go for my little walk out in the sun, I have my hair up, I feel so much better. You know, and when I get home after my walk, I do a little stretching. Thank you, Francesca. I do a little stretching, and so that physical workout, if you wake up with anxiety especially, right? You wake up with some stress, anxiety, you're like, oh God, here we go with the day, right? A lot of people have anxiety these days, and that's from our diets, and that's from the stress levels, and the lack of like spending time on ourselves, right? Go out and walk in the morning. It's one of the best things you can do. So I go for a walk in the morning, and then, of course, there's the basic stuff like reading something or watching something that's very inspiring, or, you know, reading a biography that's very inspiring, or listening to one, or listening to an inspirational speaker like Tony Robbins, right? Or me, listening to someone that boosts your mood and gives you tips on feeling better, right? They give you a motivational speech or something. You could even have like a Deepak Chopra CD that you listen to, or an ebook, or not an ebook, like a audiobook, maybe by Eckhart Tolle. I listen to Eckhart Tolle. He changes your moods, right? He talks to you about mindfulness and dog. You could have a little animal to make you feel better. But if you do need to switch your mood very quickly though, beyond working out, another great way to do it, sorry, is to meditate. And when I say meditate, I don't mean sit there and be quiet. I mean to use the techniques, the meditative techniques that switch your brain chemistry and turn on that pineal gland and turn on the pineal gland and get things really going. You gotta shift yourself physically to shift the brain chemistry. Right? She is so lovable. All right. Yes, mindfulness is great, but what's even better is to do pranayama, kriya, and sound resonance, which is sound healing work with the chakras. If you can just spend 10 minutes a day, right? Yeah, your brain chemistry is different, right? Your brain chemistry actually changes, and it makes you a different person, you know? And this will just, you can shift like that when you start doing this stuff. In fact, all I do the basic bliss breath to change my mood within seconds. It's instantaneous. And that's because my body's so used to boosting the hormones that when my body's used to it, and so I kind of stay there, and if I start dropping, all I have to do is just do a bliss breath, and there it goes, right? So let's do bliss breath together. I'm always teaching you guys meditative techniques, and I haven't in a little while, so let's do bliss breath together, right? Hey there. That's cute. Okay, so bliss breath is where you restrict your throat, right, a little bit, and you're going to breathe in really slow. So we're going to do, I can do really, really long, but we'll do a 5 count on the inhale, a 5 count on the exhale, okay? Now, what you're going to do is like Darth Vader breath. I know I've told many of you this already before, but you're going to constrict your throat. So watch my throat here, right? I go. So you can actually hear my breath. I sound like Darth Vader if you're in the room with me. You might not be able to hear it on the speakers as well here on the, on the video. But what you're going to do, hey Brianna, is you're going to constrict that throat, that airway, and it's going to be very loud. So let's count to 5 together on an inhale and 5 on an exhale. Yeah, Francesca, for sure. Yeah, it is very similar to voice lessons because you learn to control the body and the breath with voice work and resonance as well. And so when you do this kind of work, it shifts your chemistry in your brain by doing this work. So pranayama, it means breath work, and that's what we're doing right now. This is the way you can switch really quick, get that oxygen in the bloodstream, boost those hormones, right? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so ready? Inhale. Exhale. All right. Inhale again. Exhale. When you're in the car and you get angry, do that. Okay? When you're trying to go to sleep at night, do that. Do it all the time. I always start all of my work with that. If you're walking down the street and you're like, I need to calm down, do that. Do the bliss breath. Okay, now you also want to do the bliss breath during your meditative work. So the next step then, okay, we did that calmed the body a little bit. It calms anxiety, calms stress, right, fight or flight. Now what we can do is we can balance the brain a little bit by doing inhale and exhale with the nostril breathing. So now you're going to do the same bliss breath, right? But you're going to take your thumb and you're going to place it against your nostril. And then you're going to take your middle finger and place it right here in the middle of the forehead, which is the pineal gland area. And you're going to inhale bliss breath. So, now exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so that should have calmed you down even more. And Francesca is asking me about root chakra work. I actually have a chakra clearing video if you ever want to try that out. That includes the root chakra. Also my tantric work, my tantric course, I do that as well. That's cute. Okay, so that one should have gotten you into a relaxed state. Now that switches your mood immediately, right? Another thing you can do beyond that is to do the breath of fire work. Breath of fire is awesome. And what you want to do is you want to lift your arms up, right? You lift your arms up and then you take your thumbs and you point them towards each other. So you probably can't see me doing this, but that's what I'm doing up here. This is yoga. Somebody's asking me if I like yoga. This is actually yoga. There's all kinds of yoga, and this is called tantric yoga. Okay, so you put your arms up like this, and then you're going to do breath of fire. Now, breath of fire is using diaphragm. The diaphragm is like a balloon right down here in your right below the rib cage, right here, right? And you're going to exhale really hard, that diaphragm, and it's going to push all the breath out. And when you push all that breath out, it's going to automatically make you breathe in heavy, right? So it looks like this. I have my fingers closed like this. I'm just pointing them towards each other. And that opens up the diaphragm area when you do this. So you go like this, and then you go. So if you look down here, right, my diaphragm is really moving, right? I'm going, okay. Hi, Amy. Thank you, Sergio. Right. So that will also switch you on, right? That will boost your chemicals. This is why I stay so high all the time, you guys. I'm totally intoxicated from doing this stuff all the time. And my little sugar gives me kisses all the time. All right, so that's pranayama. Those are basic pranayama techniques. Now let me show you some even more awesome stuff, which is sound resonance, which is sound healing. I'm sure you've heard of sound healing. A lot of people think you need something on the outside to do the sound healing work, but you don't, do you, Shug? You actually can use your own body to do your own sound healing work, which is what I do. Okay? You just want to jump in my lap. She's trying to get in my lap. I can't right now. You can't. Oh, I love you too. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, and you know this is my favorite one, you guys. This is my favorite for my followers who have been following me for a while, or you have my meditation course stuff. You know I love this one, right? So you take your fingers and you put them up the bridge of your nose, up into your third eye right there, right? And then you're going to take your thumbs and you're going to close your ears. You're going to close your ears right there, okay? So, looks like this. And I'm going to close up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hum, right? You're going to hum really, really loud as you can hum, okay? You're gonna because the is the sound of the third eye chakra, the pineal gland. It activates it. You want to get clairvoyance, you want to get visions, this is the way to do it. Do this for like 5 minutes straight, and I'll tell you what, you will be seeing all kinds of stuff. Kundalini breathing, no, we're not doing really Kundalini breathing. We're actually just doing this sound resonance technique right now to open up the pineal gland. And this shifts your brain chemistry, the pineal gland, right? So let's do this. All right. Hello. Close up your earlobes and hum with me. You ready? Inhale. Bliss breath. And inhale again, and you keep doing that. So before you go to bed tonight, do that a few times. I have marks all over my head from doing that. I was really pressing kind of hard, wasn't I? Yeah, I do. Actually, I could have kept going. Yeah, I do this so much that, you know, my lungs are like, yeah, some people call me, you know, iron lungs and stuff, lungs of steel. But that's from doing this work. And as you do it, you know, you strengthen the body, you tone those muscles, you tone those meditative muscles, and you really get into some good moods because you are boosting your hormones. You don't need to smoke weed, you don't need to drink, you don't need to do any of that stuff or stress eat, because you can actually do this. You do this for 10 minutes a day, I'm telling you, you will feel amazing, right? So for those of you that were trying to get my deep meditation course, just let me know. Just send me your email address on Facebook at Brandy Joy TV, and I will send you my free deep meditation course. I will have to just email it to you because my deep meditation course website where you sign up is actually down for the moment. Don't know why, but anyways, and you guys know I have my tantric class, which is vibecourses.com, where I have my tantric class. You're welcome to go get that if you want that, where I really get into all these techniques. My Facebook page is Brandy Joy TV. So it's Brandy Joy TV because everything I do is video based, because video is the way to go. I know I prefer videos these days. I love watching videos. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Gabby. Yes. So these are the ways I boost my hormones. These are the ways I stay in a good mood all the time. I stay neutral. And also it's your perception, right? If you remember, we were talking about this Monday night. If you start getting into a groove of, you know, negative self-talk, just stop yourself. You just stop yourself. Do a little bliss breath. Focus on mindfulness, right? Eckhart Tolle, he's great for that. If you need to learn some mindfulness and getting into just in touch with where you're at right now and getting out of the head, that's a great way to go. But I like my techniques, my tantric techniques, you know. And also you want to open up that heart chakra, right? Now to open up that heart chakra and really clear out the negativity, you want to do sound resonance for the heart chakra. And does anybody remember what that is from my other videos? I know I have a lot of followers on here that have been here for a while, so does anybody remember? Anybody remember? No? Maybe, but sometimes Facebook is laggy, so you might have answered and I haven't seen it yet. Okay, so the heart chakra is ah, right? So let's do a little ah together, and this will help to open and move that heart chakra, help clear that out a little bit. I know many of us need that right now. We need a little more compassion in our lives, a little more compassion for ourselves and for those around us, right? Now, when you do this stuff, you're not gonna snap at people, right? If you're feeling edgy and you're getting snippy and snappy with people, you can actually do this stuff and then you won't feel that way and you won't snap at people. Be more patient, right? And that's always a good thing. Okay, so let's do this, right? So inhale, bliss breath. Right? That feels nice. I'm gonna go to sleep. Right. So, another thing, what really helps to heal you and to heal other people, let's say if someone's upset or they're having a bad day, they're crying or something, you can actually hug the person and you can do the Om, right? I don't know if any of you have seen the video of the guy with his baby and he's chanting Om and the baby stops crying, right? That's very typical. I remember the first time I experienced that myself was back in, it must have been 2003, I guess, 2002, something like that. And it was a long time ago. It was 15 or so years ago. I was working at a health food store, Health Nut, right? And my manager, sweetest woman, I remember I found out that my brother might have cancer. And they were pretty sure he had bone cancer. And I got really upset at work, you know, because I just found out. And she came up to me, and she was a spiritual, very, very spiritual person. and she grabbed me and she hugged me and she immediately chanted Om. And I had never experienced Om before. And when she did that, I immediately stopped crying and just calmed down. It was very peaceful, right? So you can do this for yourself and you can do this for another person. It's amazing. So let's do this. Om is actually the sound of the solar plexus, which is O, and the third eye, which is okay? And it changes your brain chemistry. So, Om. Okay, so let's do that together, and remember to always do bliss breath on the inhale. Okay, so inhale on bliss. And you want to do that very deep and resonating within the body very loudly, because that sound resonance will actually vibrate in your body, and that's what changes your cells. It changes your frequency. It raises your frequency and immediately boosts your mood. Okay, so let's try that one more time. I want to hear you all. I want to feel that resonance coming from all of you watching right now. Let's do this together one time, okay? Are you ready? I don't care if there's people in your house, because this will be peaceful for them too and help change their frequency. So let's do it. Inhale. Keep going. Anyways, so yeah, I always have people in my house. Like right now, I'm at a friend's house, and they know I'm all about the chanting. So, anyways, I hope that helped you guys. I hope you feel a little better. Do that every single morning. If you can do that for 5 minutes for me, you will have a much better day. And use some of those techniques when you get in a bad mood. You know, work out, do some push-ups, run around the block, get in the sun, and then do some breath work and do a little Om, and you will feel way, way, way better. And it only takes a few minutes, I'm telling you. I'll be driving down the road, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, they just cut me off. Now I want to go kill them, right? But then I'm like, oh no, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to do my bliss breath. And I breathe. I do my bliss breath. Right? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm good now. I'm all right. I can handle this. They're not affecting me. I don't need to think about them. And I come back into the present and I'm good. Right? Oh, thank you so much. Namaste, everyone. Yes, we all need some good advice, because anger, anxiety, depression, all of those things, they get all of us, right? And that's how we can relate to other people. We all have pain, right? We all have problems. And there's a lot of cruel people in the world too. You know, we have to deal with it. You know, especially as light workers, we have to learn how to deal with all this negativity so that we, you know, learn to heal, learn to self-heal, learn to help others, and to learn to be more compassionate and raise vibration and ascend, right? So this is so important for you to be able to control your mood and to boost your mood and to have that instantaneous ability to feel better and to feel more compassion, right? And I have been working on this stuff for many years because I used to have major anger issues, right? And, you know, and I have a bad temper. I really, really do, you guys. I have a super bad temper. But I control that through my work. Right? I grew up in a very crazy environment, and I'm a black belt in martial arts. I was a martial arts teacher. I used to love to fight. I mean, fighting was my life. I lived for it. Martial arts was my life. I wanted to be Bruce Lee. I went to tournaments, and girls would leave. I would get to tournament. I was on the USA team for Taekwondo. I was Junior Olympics national champion, and I would go to tournaments literally, and the other competitors would leave. I would watch them walk back out the door, because I had a very bad temper and I was very disciplined in my martial arts, absolutely loved it, and I just had no fear. I didn't, I had so much anger. I was born angry, that I was like, yeah, fight, let's go. So now I have to control that. So, I can really relate to you when you feel like, what, people don't understand how angry I am or how hurt I am or what I'm going to do, right? I understand. In high school, I got into a lot of fights. I was suspended, for, I ended up getting jumped, all kinds of stuff. So I've had a very crazy, intense life, and I can relate to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways, and being able to control my moods has been very difficult for me. So just know, you're not the only one having to deal with some really intense, crazy moods. I've gone through severe depressions. I've had a lot of craziness in my life. So I feel you. And, my tarot cards, you guys know I'm a tarot reader professionally. My tarot cards, they keep me very sane. They do. They have been, my counselors, my higher self with my cards. That's been my tool for counseling for many years. And, I always listen to them, and I listen to my guides as well. I channel. And if you ever need a reading, let me know. I'd love to work with you. Yeah, you're having anger issues. Yeah, see, I feel you on the anger issues. I have anger issues. I've had people do horrible things to me. In fact, right now, people are stealing from me as we're speaking. At my house, I'm selling my house, and there's a bunch of drug addicts living next door. And they have been stealing electricity from me. My power bill's been over $400 a month, and they've been stealing my electricity, and I had to turn off a breaker, and I'm trying to sell the house, and I can't be there, and they keep trespassing, and I've always had a lot of drama in my life, and so that's why I've had to learn how to change my frequency and to, shift things up, and I need to do some of my lesser banishing ritual. I haven't done that in a while lately. Yeah, and that really helps. And I've been betrayed by a lot of people, and it's things that I've learned, and I've learned to trust my intuition more and more through the years, and, to control my moods. That's like a huge thing for me, to really control my moods, because the only thing that we have control over is ourselves. We can't control other people. I mean, agreeably, I turned off my breaker because they were stealing electricity, even though I keep going over and telling them I'm going to call the cops. Yeah, well, karma, unfortunately, doesn't usually play out within the same lifetime. Karma is more like, okay, so I murder you this lifetime, and then in another lifetime, I get to experience being murdered. That's more like karma. Karma isn't really like, you're gonna get it, it's not like you were bad, so you're gonna get punished. It's more just like, your soul experienced one side, so now it gets to experience the other side. So if you create karma by doing something, then you have to go and experience the other side of it. That's true karma. That's really the where karma, the idea of karma theory comes from, is that idea of the soul experiences both sides, And I know that those people are miserable, and I try to have compassion for them, and I even tried to help them out, and I let them use it a little bit, and I was like, you should pay me, and they never paid me, and then I'm like, okay, well, you got to stop. You have to stop I kept telling them, you have to stop using my electricity, and they wouldn't stop, and, because I am a nice person, I try to be understanding, but unfortunately, and they had dogs in the house, and I felt bad for their dogs, too. Yeah. So anyways, any questions or anything before we go? I hope that helped you guys to boost your moods and to have some techniques to use, right, when you're in a crazy mood or somebody upsets you like they upset me sometimes. Right, we have to keep our spirits up. We really do. It's important to keep your spirits up, because when you're a light worker and you're helping other people, you got to be able to control when your feelings and your emotions get to you. How old am I? I'm 40. I'm 40 years old. So, any other questions? Well, I'm drinking water, by the way, tonight. Cheers. All right. No questions. All right, guys. Well, namaste. love and light. I have a few readings booked up this week. I might have 1 or 2 appointments open. If anybody needs one, let me know. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm pretty tired. I've been going nonstop lately, you guys. Really, it's been a very intense week for me. I've been like moving and cleaning and then working, and I have my business and then working at the university. I'm like, Yeah, thank you so much for joining, guys. Yeah, y'all have a great evening. I am going to go meditate for a little while, and I don't want to bore you with my meditation, so you go meditate too. And if you need the deep meditation course, the free one, let me know. If you want the link to Vibe Tribe, let me know. Although I can't respond to any of you guys on Vibe Tribe or any of my communities until Sunday night at 11:30, because Facebook has blocked me from groups. And I don't know if it's because I share so much in all of the groups, or if something happened, maybe somebody, I don't know. I have a stalker. He might have tried to mess with my page. I don't know. I have a couple stalkers actually, but the one, him and his mom were pretty mad at me because I threatened to call the police on him for stalking me. So who knows? Like I said, I have a lot of drama in my life all the time. People are nuts. So I will see you guys in Vibe Tribe, but I won't be able to comment or post, just so you know, until Sunday night. So I'm not ignoring you guys. It's just that I can't. I tried to comment a couple of times, and I'm like, oh, I can't comment on all of you. Aw, thank you, Cindy. Good to see you. Blessings. Bye, Helen. Love and light, you guys. All right. I will see you Monday for our tarot forecast. Love and light. It's almost October. Oh my God. Next time I see you, it'll be October. Can you believe it? Holy crap. Aw. Okay. Good night, everybody.